Ooh, hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little cheeky transfer news video for you. Sorry, my volume was on there. How's it going, guys? Thank you very much for joining us. We've got the latest Man United news of the morning and the latest transfer update for you. Thought we'd jump on as there is some sort of latest updates and stuff to get into. So we'll cover it all in this video. How you doing? Sorry we're late, by the way, guys. I was just helping me old dear with something and it just took a few minutes. So sorry about that. But I am on here now to discuss all the news. So thank you very much for waiting patiently, though, everyone. Appreciate you. Do us a favor at the start of the show. Smash that like on the video. Hit the thumbs up. Also, give it a share around on the social media channels if you want to do that. Give it a cheeky retweet, etc. And also, as always, get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat throughout the show. Peeps, we want to hear from you. Get your opinions in there throughout the show. And say hello. Hello there, Red Devil Yannick. What's going on? Kate Cadet, Fire Up, Mark Nurse, Madhouse, Elliot Manduna, Tim Teray, Sonal Power, T Mill, and everybody else as well. Thank you very much for getting in here. Yeah, nice one. Great to see you all. You're a bunch of legends. So we've got a few things to discuss in regards to United transfers. It's still a frustrating transfer window. I think that you have to say that what Ten Hag's done so far is pretty good, really, with this squad of players that he's got. The pre-season's going well. What will actually happen when we get to the proper Premier League competitive games, though? That is the big question, but he seems to be setting us up well. We seem to be playing much better sort of passing football, being able to create chances, scoring some nice goals. I mean, that goal that we scored yesterday, in fact, the second goal, the team goal, the passing goal, with Donny got the assist and Martial's made it, and Rashi's finished it. That was an absolutely impeccable goal. So some sort of improvements seem to be being made, but it's early doors, of course. It's pre-season. We know we haven't got the squad capable of challenging for Jack Shite at the moment, in all fairness. Even if Ten Hag does bring about a new Ten Hag revolution, I think it's fair to say we need signings, we need reinforcements, we need some new players, some quality players, and we haven't got them yet. Cardi Madison, hey, how you doing there? Thank you so much for getting in here. How you been? Thank you so much for supporting this channel for already 3 months. Get in there. Come on, let's get a hashtag 3 months in there, everyone, for Cardi Madison. Hope you're doing well. Says Flying Pig, wave love hearts. Thank you so much there, Cardi. Let's get some love hearts in the live chat. For Cardi Madison, thank you so much, Cardi, for being a Bacon Brigade member. Really appreciate you. Hey there, Haroli, what's going on, my son? And Chris and Sativa Breeder, Red Devil, Connor Franks, everyone, thank you for joining us. Kylie Madison, shout out to you once again. But yeah, so to get back into it, Manchester United's transfer window so far has been massively disappointing. Okay, we might have got Eriksen wrapped up. Okay, Malacia looks a real player, in all fairness, and that is a great signing for a good amount of money that we paid for him, not very much at all. And then also we are working on, of course, Martinez is done as well, but we're working on De Jong. And that is a real frustrating one because that's the guy that we need to sort of improve our midfield. Does this guy actually want to come, guys? I don't know. That's just a big question, really. It's looking more and more likely that he could stay at Barcelona. Where are they getting all this money from? I've never heard of it. They've got so much money that they're supposedly owing out in debt, and they owe lots of players deferred wages, etc. That they're going out and spending absolute fortunes on new players. I don't really understand how it adds up. They're a disgrace, aren't they? But that is the case. That's the situation. Are they trying to keep hold of this guy? Why would they have agreed a fee with Manchester United in order to sell him then, if that was the case? So I think they do want to get rid of this guy. We've got reports coming out today, of course, and previously, that Frenkie de Jong just wants to stay in Barcelona, that he loves Barcelona. I mean, it's becoming an absolute Barcelona. We just need to just move on, I think. I'm starting to get really annoyed. Okay, we said a few days ago, let's give it a few more days. Let's just carry on as is and just see if maybe Manchester United can push this deal over the line. But it's down to these shithouses Barcelona and what they're doing right now, really, folks. It's down to them because they're the ones who owe this guy money. They're the ones that seemingly want to push him out the door, but are still not advancing the deal here to the point where they can settle up with Frenkie. I mean, there is an understanding that they want to sell him, right, folks? So let's have a look at this. So Barcelona, this is from Helena Condis. Barcelona have not ruled out the sale of Frenkie de Jong. Barca trust that de Jong will change his mind, but for now he maintains that he wants to stay. And also, Fabrizio Romano via Give Me Sport says, as of today, I've still been told that Frenkie wants to stay. He loves the city, the club, and everything. It's pretty clear. what's this all about? Has Frenkie de Jong just been pulling our plonker all summer long, guys? This is a disgrace and a nonsense. I just don't quite get it, really, what's been going on. Manchester United have been working on this guy for 6 weeks or something. So what is this? What is this all about? Does this guy want to stay in Barcelona? I mean, I think what it really boils down to, as we've talked about previously, is the fact that he can't really say anything otherwise right now. That is the stance that him and his agent have to take, because they're playing this little game with Barcelona where they need to get this money that they're owed, and they can't be seen, I guess, publicly stating that, yes, we'd be open to leaving the football club. He's trying to remain, at least in the public eye, as professional and as committed as possible to Barcelona, right? So this is where I think there's a bit of smoke and mirrors. That's what I think the case is, because look, they owe him a shitload of cash. He's been asked about Manchester United previously in the summer when he was away with Netherlands, and all he said was he just laughed coyly. He didn't really have any sort of response as in, no, I'm not going there. It's kind of like, well, we'll have to see what happens. If Barca push me out the door and kick me out, then I'll go and shine Ten Hag's bald head again. I don't know what's going on, guys. It doesn't make sense. All I'm saying is, Man United have been working on this guy. We've reached an agreement with Barcelona. Those things we know are true. But still, this deal's not done. They owe him wages. They owe him a lot of money. They seemingly want the deal. They seemingly want to restructure things and to get one of the highest paid players off the books, maybe to be able to buy other players. That's what it seems like they're doing anyway. Otherwise, what's this whole pantomime about this summer? So it's a strange one, folks. It's a conundrum. I do believe that the situation is that Frenkie is open. That's the key word here. He wants to stay at Barca, but I believe that he's open to joining Manchester United if Barca get rid of him, if they want to get rid of him. And if they want to get rid of him, they're going to have to settle up what they owe him, of course, which Manchester United have seemingly helped with also, with a little bit of an extra boost in terms of the initial amount of money that we were going to pay them for this transfer deal. So it's just, does this guy want to stay? Does he want to go? Let's get a bit of clarity. This is getting silly. I mean, we kind of really need to just move on. I think we need to go and buy another midfielder or just another player right now. Start looking at a different target, and if we can maybe get De Jong done at some point for the transfer window, great. That's a big, big bonus for our midfield. Fantastic. We should be going to go sign another midfielder anyway, folks. Cheeky little Yuri Tielemans or someone. We should be going to sign another midfielder anyway. So can't we just start working on another midfielder just in case this whole Frenkie de Jong situation craps to bed? That's what we should be doing, really, folks. But hey, look, we've got the Glazer shithouses owning the football club, and our recruitment team are questionable. So there you go. Move on, says Chris Barker. Right, okay. Let's ask the live chat then. Do you think we need to stick with De Jong, or do you think we need to move on now to somebody else? Does this guy just want to stay at Barca, you know? Let me know in the live chat. Should we stick with De Jong, or should we move on? Let me know what you guys are thinking. I say we go and move on to a next target now, and if we can get Frenkie at some point, great. But I don't think we can hang our hat on the fact that we're going to get Frenkie de Jong this summer transfer window. Nas786 agrees. What's going on there, Fergie's son? Thank you there, Rushmano says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, indeed. If you guys are just getting in here, remember to just smash that thumbs up on the video. Help us out, boost us up there, give us a cheeky little like, and also share it around on social media as well if you're that way inclined. Good morning to everybody in here. Aidan Feeney, what's going on? He says, United's like a Tinder date that won't leave you alone. Oh, man. Wiggy says we should have moved on when he said he didn't want to join our club, said Wiggy. Yeah, okay, but I don't think he's ever really said that. I think the case is he wants to stay at Barcelona, and, really that's what his focus is. His focus is on being a Barca player. I mean, he does seem to like Barcelona. Look, Fabrizio Romano said here he loves the city, loves the club and everything. It's pretty clear. So if this guy really does want to stay, if they offer him less money and he still stays, then fuck that guy, to be honest, guys. Fair play to him. Loyalty is a bit devoid of this current day and age. He would have a bit of loyalty to Barca then, wouldn't he? Fair play. They owe him 17 million quid. They're offering him lower wages and he's still going to play for them. Fair play. That's a bit of loyalty. I appreciate that. You know what? Do one, though. But at the same time, I don't think that's the case. How could he be happy? How can anybody be happy? I mean, if you're working in a job or a career and you're getting paid X amount and then the company says, oh, shite, we've got some financial issues. We're going to have to, defer all your wages till next year. And also, How's about going forward, instead of us paying you X amount, we pay you half of that? Sound good? No matter who you are, no matter what job you're doing, you're probably not going to be too happy about that, folks. I'm just saying. I guess they could keep paying him his full maximum wages and stick with him. If they've got really a huge amount of money that's now being injected into the club, which it seems to be the case, because how can they buy lots of players? We know we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago where they sold certain TV rights and image rights and things like that and generated supposedly a reported couple $100 million. But look, they're doing business. They want to do transfers, and how many can they do? I mean, Nagelsmann's been quoted as saying that Barcelona are the only club that can be so much money, so much in debt, and yet still spend on all these top players that they're getting. And it's absolutely spot on, because how can they do this, guys? They owe players money. They owe players in their current team lots of money, and they're going out there spending a lot of money. They're a proper shitehouse club. We'll put it that way. So anyway, so it doesn't really look like they. It's just confusing. I mean, this is the big thing that I always bring it back to, guys. And sorry to repeat myself, but this is a gash topic. But because it's just been done to death now. We thought we'd have him by now, didn't we? But I always bring it back to the fact that Barcelona have actually accepted an 85 million euro combined deal, 75 up front, 10 down the line. They've actually accepted that. So that's not the actions of a football club that does not want to sell a player. And then people say, well, okay, they don't want to sell. They don't want him to have to walk out with 17 million quid. But I've always said that they owe him that money anyway. So regardless of whether he stays or goes anywhere or does anything, unless he says otherwise and they reach some sort of an agreement, which I don't know why he would do such a thing, they owe him this money. And he's going to have to get that at some point. At least with this scenario, it's being absorbed into this 85 million euro fee. They've got huge amounts of money, millions of euros every single month saved in wages from this guy. So it's, it does make a lot of economical sense for Barca to sell this guy to Manchester United. If Frenkie de Jong really doesn't want to go, of course they can't make him go. He's got a 4-year contract there, which they have to honour. But at the moment, though, they're understood to be sort of working to try and convince him to go. But if we have to have a player convinced to join Manchester United, then absolutely don't want that guy. You know what I mean? I know he's Ten Hag's player, but crikey, he has to be dragged kicking and screaming to Old Trafford in order to play for Ten Hag. Is that really what we want? I mean, that's the big question, guys. I know he's a classy player. I know he's Ten Hag's guy. I know that he's probably the best sort of technical midfielder we can actually go and get at the moment. Based on who could possibly want to come and join us. But does he actually want to come and join us, guys? Does he? He seems like he wants to stay at Barca. So let's just have a look at the chat there and see what you guys were saying about should we stick with him or should we move on? So Rashi says stick. Toshipo Mbata says move on. Batman says move on. Amit Kumar said move on. Kate Cadet says move on. Ray says stick. Chris says stick. What I would say is we've done so much business and work on this guy for literally all the summer transfer window long, and he is Ten Hag's number one target. We've at least got to try and reach a conclusion of he's a United player. That's what we've at least got to try with. We've done all we can, really. We have agreed the fee with Barca. They're happy with the amount of money on the table. We've got to then agree personal terms with the player, but they're being held up at the moment with the fact that they owe him cash, and he reportedly doesn't want to go. So that's basically the situation. But I think we need to persevere with it because we've done so much work on this deal, and literally, if we somehow manage to end this piece of transfer business right now, it would be just an absolute embarrassment. It's already an embarrassment, to be fair, but if we do get him signed eventually, well, then all comes good then, doesn't it? It is a saga. It is pathetic. This is nothing new to us, folks. This is Manchester United we're talking about. We do this a lot with the Glazer shithouse owners and financial wanky banker people in charge of football decisions, quite a lot of them anyway. What you generally get is them trying to squeeze down deals for the Glazers' benefit in terms of financial the finances. So that's what it all boils down to for those guys. So what I would say is Man United should move on to our next target, try and sign another midfielder just in case, i.e. Yuri Tielemans is one we mentioned earlier. And then if we can get Frenkie de Jong, that's brilliant. Now we've just got a doubly awesome midfield. Good one. That's the ambitious football club right there, but doesn't seem like that's happening at the moment, guys. We could go and get somebody in the midfield area just in case. I really believe that's what we should do. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think we should go and sign another midfielder just in case this Frenkie de Jong deal cashes the bed. And look, this isn't no airy-fairy, silly computer game football manager toss we're talking about. Oh, Man United's got a bottomless pit of money. No, we don't. But you know what? We have still got a shitload of cash left for our transfer budget, or bloody well should do. What's our net spend? What's our freaking net spend this summer, guys? Pathetic amount. 15 million on Malacia, but we've also recouped money for Andres Pereira. So that was basically zero. And then, okay, Lisandro Martinez. So it's basically Lisandro Martinez is the cost for our summer transfer window so far. Christian Eriksen is a free. Lisandro Martinez is all the cost. 55 million euros. That's what we spent this summer. Is that acceptable for a football club that finished 35 points off of shitty and in sixth place? Obviously, it's not. It's not ambitious enough from our club. So, yeah, we should definitely go in for another option as a midfielder. Why not? This is Man United we're talking about. We should have a world-class midfield. We do not have a world-class midfield right now. Even if we get De Jong, it's still questionable with the likes of Fred and McTominay available. And, okay, Donny van de Beek, hopefully he can do the business. But crikey, not that convinced. He did have a decent display yesterday. I loved his assist, but, you know, like, still a big if. So it wouldn't hurt to go and bolster that position. Anyway, hey, thank you, K Cadet, for a £2 super chat. Really appreciate that. And a few ones getting in the live chat agreeing that we should get a midfielder in there, just in case. The K Cadet, thank you so much for your super chat. He says, move on for Sangare and Neves. I'd take that. I like your style there, Kate Cadet. Good call. Good call. There is other options out there. We don't absolutely have to get this guy. Let's just talk about whether or not this guy stays or goes or whatever at Barca. But if he does stay, then Manchester United absolutely have to sign another midfielder. And who would be a good option? You just said it. Yeah, I mean, there's a good couple, isn't there? But the ones that spring to mind, Neves, Tielemans, and as you said, Sangare could be an option for us as well. Midfield destroyer to go alongside, you know, more creative player, maybe like a Tielemans or a Neves. I mean, Neves can play in front of the back four, which is what we want as well. But hey, look, it would be a good midfield either way. I think it would be an improvement to what we've got now. Shotty McTominay is absolutely bang bloody average. I think he's proven that again this preseason. He's looked average. Average strikes again. Fred's done pretty well this preseason. You know, Fred's got a place in my heart. Fred's got a place in my squad. I think he's a good player. I think he always plays with the right attitude and effort levels, etc. And he is quite effective sometimes as well. He's not the most consistent or the most world-class player at all, but he is a good player, so he's fine by me. Donny van der Beek's like a new signing under Ten Hag. Let's see if he can be a good signing. So he gets a chance, but really, yeah, that position is so lightweight. That's where these games are going to be won or lost. Ten Hag has brought about seemingly a new change in the passing style and how we're approaching the games. The preseason's been good. Just swatted my tooth for that guy. That guy's real bad. But the passing's been really good. Of course, the creation of chances, the intensity, the intent is better. So, but we still need help. We still need to not rely on these gash midfielders who've let us down over the last few seasons. Scott McTominay's proven over the last few seasons to be bang bloody average. And so, if we go into a new season with this guy, what are we really expecting to change? Okay, let's ask the chat then. So, if you could sign one midfielder to replace Frenkie de Jong as an option at Manchester United, if we can't get Frenkie, let's say, then who would you want to go see us go and try and get? I agree with what Kate said, though. It's quite obvious, really. Ruben Neves is the one, isn't he? Because of his Portuguese vibes, because of his Premier League proven experience, his age, his robustness. All of these things are really, really good. I mean, who's a better player? Who's a better player out of de Jong and Neves? Right now, I'd have to give it to de Jong because, well, he's running the Netherlands midfield. He's playing for a top team in top competitions, and he's obviously better. He's better right now. Ruben Neves, will he ever be that player who's sort of running things for Portugal and, you know, doing it? I mean, he's got the ability to progress it. He's a quality player, and he's proven in the Prem, and he's a good option. I mean, you can't really go wrong with him. He wouldn't be a bad signing at all. So he's not going to flop. He's going to be he's a good technical player, he's a good passer, and he's proven in the Premier League. So for those reasons, I think that Neves does make a lot of sense. Rush Mano says we got 79 likes on the stream. Get in there, my friends. Do us a favor, everyone. If you haven't done so, drop that like button on it. Let's get this sucker to 100 likes. Oh, hell yeah. And if you're new to the show, subscribe. You only need to be subscribed for no time in order to chat. So make sure you subscribe. Renato Sanchez says, Mike, how you doing there, Mike? Interesting shout. Renato Sanchez. We should get both Neves and Tielemans, says Matthew Adateo. Now, I'd be happy with that, bud. So the amount of money that it's going to take to pay De Jong a weekly wage, signing on fee, and also the initial amount of money up front. To be fair, Ruben Neves would cost similar amounts of money, maybe not quite, but a reasonable amount of money. And Tielemans, we know he's going to cost about 35, 40 mil as well. So that's, let's say, £100 million for those guys. I mean, it is more than what you're going to pay for Frenkie, but I think I would rather that, to be honest. I'd rather we had Tielemans and Ruben Neves instead of just Frenkie de Jong. If we're only just going to get Frenkie de Jong, then the midfield, I think, would be better off if we had both Ruben Neves and Tielemans. So if that's an option and we could go and get both of them, then that would be brilliant. But you know how our club operates. Yeah, Fat Johnny's gaming. He says, hey, Piggy, how's it going? Still same old with de Jong. It's disgusting, isn't it? Fat Chinese gaming. I know. It's such a shame. I'd love to report there's some more news. In fact, I'd almost like to report that this deal's dead, and so we can just move on and get somebody else in. Because if this is going to rage on all summer, I just can't be doing with it, bud. But good to see you, though, bud. What's going on? What's up there? Getting me through my workday in this heat. Big up yourself. Thank you, Scarboy. Yeah, man, it's still roasting, isn't it? It's a lot cooler than yesterday, though, thankfully. KKS says, for some reason, Mark Nurse thinks we're in a position to sign top-tier players. Let's see who, he's probably not even going to be the World Cup. Mark Nurse, Renato Sanchez has him on the bench. Right, okay. Well, this is what I'm saying, Mark Nurse. I mean, he's not, if you're talking about the two players like De Jong and Neves has got that proven Premier League experience. They're both in their middle 20s, so they're both coming into their prime. But in terms of like the actual, the international setup and the international scene, obviously De Jong is the main guy in that Netherlands midfield. So yeah, it is a little bit. It's obviously he's the premium option. De Jong's the premium option. He's the sort of guy you pay 250k a week to, 300k a week to. I mean, he's on 350,000 euros a week at Barcelona, so it's going to be in keeping with that. Ruben Neves is the sort of guy you could probably get on 150, 160 grand a week. Max, really. I don't think you're gonna really have to pay him much more than that. So there is a difference in quality of player here, definitely, and also just the, like the reputation of the player. De Jong's just further ahead. So yeah, De Jong's the guy. Plus, look, Ten Hag wants De Jong, and that Ten Hag is part of De Jong's development as well. And he's also, they've got a relationship together. They've got a history together. That is important. And you've got to allow the manager, the team that he actually wants, he's got to be able to sort of shape and mold this team in the way he sees fit. And okay, Ruben Neves is a good option, but if he thinks De Jong's the one to build that midfield around and build the team around, I'm happy to see him, go for him, and happy to take a little bit of time. I think, to be honest, I don't even care if it takes until the end of the window to get De Jong in. I know it'd be much better for our season if we actually were able to get these guys in. I don't really care if it takes the whole summer, so long as we don't just stop now and we go and do other business. So we could do some business in the midfield area, as we've discussed. There are options. Sangare, reportedly available for like 29 mil or something. Tielemans. There's a bunch of others who are probably available that we could go and get reasonably, and that is it's causing us to, it's basically going to give us a lot of good cover in that midfield, even if we can't sign De Jong. So if we did go and get somebody else there, it just helps us. And if we can't get De Jong, great. And it improves our stance. Let's find out if they're really that interested in doing business. Because if we're going to go and sign another player, well, you better accept our deal pretty damn quickly then, folks, etc. So, look, I don't know, guys. It's a tough one. Frenkie de Jong, the saga rages on. The situation is he's owed a lot of money by Barcelona, and he doesn't really want to go without it. And there are reports that he just wants to stay at Barcelona. I mean, look, check this out. So also, I mean, this is what Ten Hag said the other day. So in that presser, where he was asked about this question, asked about Frenkie de Jong, and he just said, we are looking for a player who can play in the holding midfield position, but it has to be the right one. There are not many players in that position capable of the level that we demand. So, he obviously has laid his stall out for Frenkie de Jong. However, he's not outright ruled out anybody else. There are obviously other options. He's literally said He's literally said, we're looking for a player who can play in that holding position. So they're looking for a player who can play there. Is there that many options available? Not that many. Ruben Neves is a good option, definitely. But for Ten Hag, De Jong is his number one option. And for Man United, that should be our number one option as well, because I think he is the highest quality player, as we just discussed. There's a reason why Neves is at Wolves, and the reason why De Jong's at Barca, and he's running that Netherlands midfield, and there is a reason for that. Neves is a classy player, though, and I really, really like him. And I like the fact, I think he's only 24, isn't he? He's got plenty of time to progress and develop, and he's already Premier League proven. So he'd be like a really great signing, like a proper workhorse for us. It'd be great. Rush Mino comments, if we don't get De Jong, it's on John Murtow as a huge failure. Ten Hag done his job in convincing the player, says Rush Mino. Yep. There you go. That's it. Ten Hag is here. Ten Hag has behind the scenes spoken to this guy, of course, to get some understanding. But really, but then again, if Barcelona just want to keep him, that's a factor. If they actually do want to keep him in the end, then, and they want to just keep him on the same money, he wants to stay at Barca. That's his dream club. So, as much as what we can do as a recruitment team, there's not really much you can do about that. However, if the situation is, though, that he's unhappy with the fact that they owe him a shitload of cash and that Barca really are super keen on getting that 85 million euros and so want to just get rid, and so he has to go and join us, and it still somehow manages to fail, then yeah, absolutely, it's a fucking absolute nightmare. Unless Frenkie de Jong's just got that super loyalty to Barcelona, then I think it is a bit of a disgrace to take this long on this deal and not be able to sort of progress it further sooner. Let's face it, I mean, this is important to get this preseason, get players in for the preseason. We haven't done that, and it's very important for us to address the problem we got in the midfield. And we've been working on it, but have they been working on it well enough? I think that they should have been working on another player at the same time. I hear you, Thomas Cumberton. It's an absolute debacle, isn't it? I totally agree. Guys, we're only 7 likes away from 100 likes on the stream. Do us a big favour and drop a massive thumbs up on this video if you haven't done so. Hit me with a little sue in the live chat as well. And get yourself subscribed to the channel. Give us a boost up there on the algorithm and help us compete with the clickbaiters and the corporations. Nice one. Right. Okay, so, yeah, okay, De Jong's a gas situation. Forget that guy. Let's move on and get another midfielder. And then if we get De Jong as well, great. But I think we should get another midfielder, which would be just good forward thinking. And also, even if we do still get Frenkie, it still helps us, like Sangare or someone. Just Sangare, not a hugely expensive midfielder. Harjiv Wali, I thank you for the super chat, my guy. He says, how you doing, Piggy? I read some news about a swap deal involving Van der Beek and AC Milan midfielder Ismail Beneka. Your thoughts? Sounds like BS to me, to be honest, Harjiv Wali. I don't see Ten Hag wanting to get rid of Donny at the moment, bud. I really just don't see that happening at all, bud, Harjiv Wali, I'm going to be honest. Because he's like going to be given a new opportunity at Manchester United, surely. I think that was a bit of an intent by Ten Hag yesterday when he's given Donny van der Beek a full 45 minutes. So everybody else was substituted on in the 65th minute, whenever it was. Well, Donny came on at half-time. So it does, and he was playing advanced up the pitch quite a bit. It was interesting. We had Bruno and Donny on at the same time and stuff. Like, I think he's in the plans. I think he's in Ten Hag's plans. I really don't think that's going to happen, my friend. But thank you so much. What do you guys think? Keep or sell Donny van der Beek? Some people just don't rate him. My friend Jonathan Gallagher absolutely hates him. I think he needs a chance. I think we can't really judge him fairly yet. Yeah, he's never really shone, but maybe under the right tutelage of Ten Hag and the right system, right team, this guy's going to absolutely flourish. We think we should get after Kimmich. Well, if only we could sign him, Red Devil Yannick, but I don't think he would come. Belfast accent. Hoi noi broin koi. Sub to Flying Pig United. Thank you for the super chat. He comments, Don Pig, you legend. You okay, mate? You haven't been on FIFA much since Mrs. P smashed you up. Like Spike, thank you, sub to Flying Pig United. Basically, my family bit it from America. You know that. And so it's been difficult for me to get on those late night streams, but they're gone now. So guess what? I'll be on tonight, my friends. Oh, hell yeah. I should be anyway. I've got a bit of a Sean Dyche throat going on at the moment. I don't know if you can tell that. My name's Sean Dyche and I'm Burnley's ex-manager. And they're a bunch of shithouses for sacking me. But anyway, we'll see. I've got a bit of a throat on the go at the moment, but maybe that's just the heat or something. Anyway, COVID says fire up. Oh shit, I should probably have myself a test, you know. I've just done my family who came over from the States and sat on a plane. Fucking hell, I should probably have a little test, actually, now you mention it, but I didn't even think about that. Bloody hell. I might have the old dreaded vid, lads. That makes sense. I've had some grubby children around the gaff for a bunch of days. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, all coming over from the States, bringing their germs. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's how COVID starts his fire up. There you go. Oh, fucking hell, mate. I'm going to have to... Dude, I've got one right here, bud. I've got one right here. Maybe I'll do a live COVID test. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I'm going to do that after the stream, mate. That's a really good shout. Holy shit. Okay. So, oh, Chopper, mate. How you doing there, Chopper? Thank you very much for getting in here, my man. Hey, Chopper, thank you for being a member of the Pork Platoon for 5 months. Let's get a hashtag 5 months in there. And he's a Pork Platooneer. That is absolutely bloody awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And good day from down under. He says, hey, Pig and Legend. Sorry I've been away, family stuff. But love you all and take care, Legends and Don Pig. Aussie fans, let Slabby know what they think about him in Melbourne. Love to you all, Legends. Mate, thank you so much, Chopper. Really appreciate that. Thanks for supporting the show for already 5 months. Get in there. That's amazing, mate. Absolute bloody hero. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah. Do you know what? That's so funny, isn't it? I saw that, and obviously we were watching the game, and he was getting booed throughout, man. And yeah, Harry Maguire repeatedly booed as Man United played Crystal Palace. The Aussie fans going in there raw. He played 65 minutes for Man United. In all fairness to him, he played fine. He played quite well. He was solid. People were absolutely bloody shafting him, metaphorically, on social media, though, about his performance. Steady on now. Crystal Palace was shite. They barely caused us any problems at all. Even Victor Dwindleoff looked good. You know, so did Sammy Maguire. Like, these, let's be honest, it wasn't exactly the backs to the wall jobby. So, personally, people are praising Harry Maguire for his performance. I say he's done okay. He did fine. He did about as least as I would expect from him. But does it change anything, in my opinion, of the Slabinator and his abilities as Manchester United captain? No, mate, he's Captain Gasho. You know what I mean? He's absolutely awful. So, definitely don't want to persevere with him, but it seems like we are. He has been receiving boos. Now, I can understand why a lot of people wouldn't appreciate that. And I'm sort of torn on it, even though I think the Slab's a complete melt. But that's the situation, guys. People aren't happy. Fans are not happy. But let's just ask the live chat. Do you think it's right or wrong for those fans to be doing that and booing their captain during a pre-season game? Is that really necessary? Personally, I think it's funny. only because I agree entirely with the fact that he's not good enough for Man United. That's the only reason. I don't agree with our captain being booed. Definitely not. If it was Roy Keane being booed or you know, Robbo being booed or someone else, I'd say it's an absolute disgrace. But personally, I think it's more the decision. It's not necessarily Harry Maguire it's more the decision, or more the fact that he is wearing the armband that is wrong. So I don't really agree with it, but at the same time, I kind of do. But listen, Van der Beek speaking to after the game, and he was asked about it, Donny, and Donny said, I heard the boos as well. I didn't really know what happened. Thank you for the segue, by the way, Chopper, lad. Great segue. Didn't really know what happened, but if I saw the game today, I think Harry was playing really, really well. He was aggressive. He got so many balls, so that means he has a big personality. He has a lot of experience, so I think positive what he showed. I don't think he meant necessarily that. I think I know what we mean, but anyway. So Harry Maguire did have a good performance. He was fine. He was adequate. He was okay. No, just no personal attack, says Mike. Disgrace, they didn't boo loud enough, says Madhouse. Boo, says Anthony Evelyn. They have every right to boo him if they want, says Elliot. Yeah, absolutely. Josh Lee, Martinez has arrived at Carrington, has he? Let's have a look at this, see if there's any update that's come through. Okay, well, maybe it's... Rushman, are you still around, mate? He'll get on the case. He'll get on the case. Thank you. Send the update over if there is one, if it's real. Hopefully that's the case. Get in there, boys. So, speaking after the match, that's what Van der Beek said, and he had his teammates back. And, like, you know, Ten Hag basically said, he confirmed, obviously, Maguire would be captain. He says, I'll support him everywhere I can. In the end, he has to do it by himself, and he has the qualities to do it. He has showed it so often in the past. The captain is a really important one. I'm happy with him. He has played 60 times for England. Harry is really impressive, and I expect a lot from him. It really angers me, my friend. I just don't understand what people see. But football is just a game of opinions. Everybody's got different opinions. He does have qualities. He is a big slab. He can pass the ball around, He's got some qualities, but I just don't get it, what everybody thinks about him. Good word, he was adequate, says Mark Nurse. Yeah, fine, adequate and okay. And not the best traits for your captain. Couldn't agree more, Reviverizer. Should be performing like an absolute lion, performing like an absolute, and just being a great leader. That's the problem. So, very, very much, thank you very much for that segue there, Chopper Lad. But yeah, Harry Maguire getting booed. I'm not bothered by it, really. I think it's appropriate because of how gash he is. And really, I don't think he should be the captain of Manchester United. So, I'm not behind that. I'm not behind that at all. If it was a different captain getting booed, it's a disgrace. But it's not. It's Slabo Maguire, who's, let's face it, he's not been up to the standard for a while, has he? Right, so just back on De Jong quickly, and then I'm sick of talking about De Jong, but just back on De Jong. Yeah, so he played a new position for Barcelona in pre-season. This is a bit weird. I mean, it says, so are they trying to keep hold of him or are they trying to get rid of him? This is the question. But Barcelona played him at centre-back in off the bench in their win over Inter Miami. What's that all about, guys? Never played there before, and they just played him at centre-back, and they're just trying to... That's it. I don't know what they're doing anyway, but there you go. So Barcelona being a bunch of knobs. Thank you, 0 Degrees, for the $2 Aussie dollar super chat. Says Pigwire. Please don't put my name and Slabby Maguire's thing in the same sentence, my friend, or the same word. I don't appreciate that at all. Thank you so much for the super chat, though, 0 Degrees. Let's get a sue in the chat for this guy. Akil MVP, bud. Thank you so much, Akil MVP, for getting in here raw, lad. With your super chat, he says, to be honest, it's the start of a new season and we need to get behind these players. Some players might turn it around. Boo him if he performs badly in the new season, says Akil MVP. Right? I respect that. I respect that take on it, to be fair. And I sort of feel that way about most of the players in the squad. I honestly do. People like Tony Martial, Rashford, and even to a small degree, Slabo Maguire. But I really do genuinely think that he's just not cut out for it. I've seen enough over the last 2 years in a United shirt to know that he's absolutely shite and he's so slow. And okay, maybe with the right sort of team, tactics and right midfielder in front of him, etc. These things could be improved. But goodness me, you can't fix stupid. You can't speed up slow, and he's just too damn slow. And I'm sorry, we're going to get done quite a few goals throughout the season just because of his lack of pace and the fact he moves like a fucking truck. So sorry, Slabo Maguire. As much as it is a new season, I've seen 2 years of absolute gas stuff. I feel the same way about Scott McTominay as well, to be honest. I've seen 3 years of gash stuff from Scott McTominay, really. Bang average seasons from the guy. I've seen enough to know that I don't think that guy's good enough. He might be an okay backup, but that's it. I don't want the guy starting in the team if everyone's fit. Same goes for Harry Maguire. He might be an okay squad player. Like if Lisandro Martinez comes in and I mean, you've seen Slabo playing right side of centre-back and stuff. Like, maybe that's going to be the play. Varane's injured a bit of time. Varane's injured quite a lot of the time, and it is very, it's very frustrating. Okay, so we've also, Lisandro Martinez has arrived at Carrington. Nice. Good news. Thank you so much to the legend in the live chat who said that, by the way. There is a report here we've got that suggests that, Martinez is at Carrington. Get to there, my son. Can we get a hashtag welcome to Manchester in there, my friends? Lisandro Martinez has arrived at Carrington. You what? Brilliant. Okay, excellent. Hey there, Johnny M. What's going on, my friend? How you getting on, dude? I missed a super chat, did I? Oh, shit. Mate, thank you very much for that last super chat from Akil MVP, by the way. I sort of feel that. I mean, okay, maybe everybody should get a fresh start with Ten Hag here because, well, it's a new season, new coach, but he should have taken the captaincy off of him, though. Like, let's give it to somebody else who is more deserving of the captaincy. It's not his captain. Thank you, 0 Degrees, for the super chat there, you legend. And I don't think I have missed a super chat, mate. I don't know. But we've got another one here, actually, from Bones Brigade 2020. Thank you. He says, Pig, hope all is well. I'm from America, and our owners signed Maguire for marketing. An English captain to appeal to fans everywhere. The sad truth. What is appealing about Harry Maguire, though, Bones Brigade? Crikey, man. I mean, I don't know that's appealing about him, to be fair. He's not David Beckham, is he? He's not super marketable. He's a big oaf. I don't know, bud. I mean, he's, might as well give the captaincy to Phil No Bones Jones then, bud, if that's the case. I don't get that one. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to disagree with that one, Bones Brigade lad, but you're a bloody legend. Much love. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I mean, okay, in some ways, it's good to have a homegrown captain who's English. I definitely get that. The club would want to have an English captain. Certainly they would. I get that. But from a marketing point of view, crikey, if they were thinking about that, they'd just put the armband on Cristiano Ronaldo, wouldn't they? I don't know, Bones Brigade. I mean, I personally don't think that Harry Maguire's that marketable, unless what you're trying to sell is like toilet paper or something. You know, I mean, if you work for Andrex, maybe you'd be interested in using Harry Maguire in your marketing materials. Don't shit the bed. Use Andrex or something, you know. But but otherwise, I don't get it. So why is he captain, says Philip Chapman? Pfft, no idea, bud, no idea. It's like he says himself, he must be good because all of the previous managers play him. He must be good because all the coaches, England and Man United, Rag, Dick and Ollie, they all selected him, so he must be good. He said it himself. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe I'm wrong, you're wrong, and everybody else is wrong, and he's actually good. Even though I've seen him make absolutely cataclysmic errors, fail to lead by example, fail to be a top leader, fail to, have any consistency. I mean, he was okay in his first season when he came. Much better than the last one, but still bang average. Zayn Miyasi, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat, Zayn. He comments, I might be away for a while as I'm running the Cons leadership. If I win, I'll make sure people can't buy clubs on debt like Glazers. What? Zayn Miyasi, thank you very much, Zayn Miyasi. Okay, nice one, Zayn. I appreciate that one, mate. You're running the Conservative leadership. If I win, I'll make sure people can't buy. Please do that, in all fairness. That's actually a really good thing. I agree with what you just said. No owners should be able to buy clubs with super debt like that. Rush Munner says, again, you've made my day, Zane. Zane for PM, says Madhouse, but it stands for proper mug. Oh my goodness. 100% take my vote, Zane. I'd vote Zane Miyasi over this shite houses, in all fairness. At least he's a dreamer. You know what I mean? At least he's a fucking dreamer. He is a little bit delusional, but let's get to 200 likes, says Red Devil Yannick. Oh, thank you, everyone. Yeah, I don't know how many likes we got on the stream. Let's have a look. Thank you, everyone who's in here. We've got 210 legends. We've got 122 likes. We can do better than that. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Please do smash that like button on the video if you haven't done it. It's much appreciated. Chopper, he says, cheeky donation for the Neville and Slabby White Powder Fund. Right, okay. Fair enough. Interesting. Thank you very much for getting in here, Chopper, with that one, dude. So they're on the old... they're on one. Thank you so much, Chopper. I appreciate that. Let's get a Sue in the chat. Is De Jong done yet, says Bond Servant? Is De Jong done yet? Is De Jong done yet? Oh, my goodness me. Oh, Bones Brigade, thank you for another super chat. He says, marketing outside the UK, LOL. Why else is he cap? Okay, fair enough, but I could understand why he would be marketed in the UK. I don't know why he'd be marketed outside the UK so much, though. I mean, if they wanted just an English or a homegrown player to be captain, there are much better options. There's better players that they could bring in or that they could give it to already in the squad, you know, really. Not that many good options, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But certainly, from a global point of view, if they just gave the armband to, like, you know, somebody very marketable such as Cristiano Ronaldo, that would have made a heck of a lot of sense, wouldn't it, for them? So, I don't know. I'm not so... I mean, I understand what you're saying. It does make sense for them to have an English captain. And maybe some parts of the world, you know, they use his image and they look at him and they go, yes. You know, but I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for that, by the way, there. Appreciate that, Bones Brigade. And Chopper getting in here raw. Right. So, folks, we're done with De Jong. Fuck the De Jong stuff. Let's talk about Antony. There's some new Antony business, guys. So this is Fabrizio Romano via Give Me Sport this morning, and it says, Man United want to go for a striker, Gianluca Scamacca. At the moment, nothing going on. Right, okay, nice. Antony is a top target, but it's not easy to negotiate with Ajax at the moment. I personally think the Antony deal is a go. I think that is a reasonably likely transfer that we could persevere with this summer. Not right now. He's still recovering from an injury, and also we're working on other stuff, aren't we? And he costs a lot of money. Maybe you do have to sell 1 or 2 players in order to finance that deal on top of everything else. But I could see us going to try and go for another bite of the cherry for Antony with Ajax before the end of the transfer window. I think we should sign him. He looks an absolute baller of a player, man. I mean, he's got some fantastic skills about him. Tenacity, scores goals, creates goals. He's a very, very good prospect, 22 years of age. So we should spend a reasonable amount of money and go and get this guy. If you look around the Premier League and look at what clubs are doing and spending money and strengthening, we got to keep up with the Joneses at the very least, and not the fucking Phil Joneses either. We got to keep up with Casey Joneses. Casey Jones, yeah. No, I'm just saying we've got to keep up with the Joneses and also strengthen in as many areas as we can and spend money. That's what we got to do, and we haven't done it to a good enough degree just yet. Our net spend currently 55 million euros. It's just not good enough, really, folks. We've got to be more ambitious than that. And even with De Jong, well, that's 130 million euros. That is a significant amount. Sorry, it's 140 million euros, isn't it? 140 million euros. That's a significant amount of money, right, guys? But it's still not that much when you think about what we could do and who we could maybe finance. We could finance some deals by selling some players. We still got a couple of players that are wanted by other clubs that are worth money that we could sell and get off the books and also generate some cash and put that into 1 or 2 more signings. So, yep. No good reason not to get him. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you want Antony at United. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you don't want Antony. Maybe you think he's too expensive. Maybe you think we need strengthening in other areas, more importantly. Because I have said that before. I think that really the winger area, I know he can score goals and play in a forward position as well, which is good. But fundamentally he's a winger. So, but we've got Martial, we've got Rashford, we've got Lingard, you've got Garnacho, you've got Diallo, you've got Sancho, you've got Pellistri. So there's actually quite a lot of wingers we've already got there, really, guys. Like, if we're gonna go and lay our stall out and strengthen a position in the team, doesn't it make more sense that it's somewhere else that we don't have as many, as many players? Antony looks good, says Wiggy, but not for 70 to 80 million. I agree with that statement, buddy. Yeah, 60 million euros tops, bud. 60 million euros tops. I'm with you on that one. 1, yes to Antony's fire, says Dutch Christ. 2, too soft for the Premier League, says Chris Parker. I'm not so sure if he is too soft for the Premier League, Chris Parker. He seems pretty robust. He can beat a man. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, maybe he's a bit of a sort of Neymar-esque type player, but I don't know, man. I mean, I think he's got a bit more about him than Neymar when it comes to the bollocks department. You know what I mean? But he is, I guess, maybe a bit Neymar-esque in the sense that he's got the skills and he's a bit flash but nah, man. He's a handsome bastard, says Nas, number 1. Yeah, RGF says 1. 1 if the price is right, says Wiggy. Vincent Bullock says 1. I'd swap Ahmed in cash for him, says Play This Out. How are you guys doing? Mace Windex says Bruno's been as bad as Slabby for the last 18 months. He needs to go, says Mace Windex. Totally disagree. Totally disagree with you, Mace. He's not been as bad as Harry Maguire for the last 18 months at all. He was better than Harry Maguire this season just gone. He wasn't as good as he was done previously, and he did go missing a lot of games and gave the ball away a lot and had a gash season. Bruno had a bad season. He really didn't have a good season at all. But he certainly wasn't as bad as the slab. And also, he hasn't been bad for 18 months, mate. He's been bad for 1 season when the whole team was bad. The whole team, with the exception of 2 players, was bad. So that's something wrong with the team and the coach and everything. I personally think Bruno's a classy player. And the first 18 months, talking of 18 months, the first 18 months that he came to United, he was one of the Premier League's best players, if not the best player of the Premier League. Statistically, in terms of goals and assists that he scored during that first 18 months, he probably was the Premier League's best player. Because, man, he was absolutely incredible. So I don't really agree with that. I think he's been bad for 1 season. The whole squad was bad for 1 season. Maybe he wasn't utilised right. He's got to step up, man. He really does. I mean, look at him yesterday. It was another nondescript performance by him. Very disappointing. You would use Pellistri as backup for Sancho, says Batman Knight fan. Lingard would go to West Ham, says Matthew Smith. Antony and Tielemans, 80 to 90 mil. Fuck De Jong, says Madhouse. Who does Antony replace between the front three, says Agrippich and Howder? Maybe Rashford, I suppose. I mean, at the moment, based on form, Rashford's the one that is the most questionable and confidence and stuff. Rashford's done a bit better recently in pre-season, though, and Ten Hag's obviously going to give him a chance. I still think Rashford can get back to his best one day, but you can still see he's lacking in confidence. But that goal is going to help him. And, but I would say Rashford, I mean, you could play Sancho over on whichever side you want as an inside forward on the left. And then maybe you could play Antony on the right, and then you've got Cristiano Ronaldo up top, ideally, if he's still here. And sounds pretty awesome to me. But then again, let's not discount Rashford. Rashford is absolutely had a great couple of seasons for us. The last season was absolutely pathetic. But he did have a good couple of seasons for us. Maybe Ten Hag can revitalise him. So I'm not overly worried about our winger areas. Yeah, Antony would be a lovely sign, and I could see us going for it. But I honestly don't think it's necessarily a position we need to look at. I think midfield, I say go and get Tielemans right now, and therefore if De Jong does shit the bed and stays at Barca, then we've still got ourselves a good midfielder to come in. And then if we do manage to get De Jong, there you go. We've got one of the best midfields in the league instantly. De Jong, Tielemans, Bruno, it's just obscenely good. So I would go with that. Also, we got a report from Fab and Give Me Sport that says that his agent, Antony's agents would be happy for him to make his move this summer. They want Ajax to have a negotiation with United. So look, they are making strides. They are pushing. They are trying to do deals here. They are having these conversations. They want Ajax to accept an offer from Man United, essentially. They want Man United to make an offer. And they would be quite happy to see Antony move to Old Trafford this summer. For money, of course, and also because that's a better move for the player in the long run. Maybe right now, Ajax have Champions League football, Man United don't, but let's face it, the Premier League, the allure of playing in the Premier League, there's a reason Lisandro Martinez is coming and not staying at Ajax. Okay, Jurriën Timber might be a little bit scared about getting in Louis' bloody Netherlands squad or whatnot, but everyone else, they got the bollocks about them to know that the Premier League is the tits. And it's the best competition in the world. So, most players would jump at the chance to play. I'm sure Antony would be no different. And also to revitalise that relationship or rekindle that relationship with Erik Ten Hag would be a big factor in it as well. So, yeah, I think there's a bit of life in it. I say at the very least, we go and have another try for him towards the end of the window or soon. I personally think we might have a little conversation with Ajax about it, maybe make them an offer. But ultimately, they might want too much money. They are supposedly wanting 70 or 80 million euros for this guy. That is just way too much money. Let's ask the live chat then, folks. How much is this guy worth in euros? We'll use euros because euros seems to be the fun-in thing, doesn't it? But let's use euros, guys. So how many euros would you be happy for us to pay for Antony? I think 60 million euros is a good figure. Makes a lot of sense. More than that's just too much. He's 22. He has done good stuff for Ajax, and he will be a good player for Brazil and stuff. But how far has he really got to at the moment, really? Come on. Chopper, thank you so much for the 20 Aussie Dozzy dollar super chat, mate, from Dan Underbro. Mate, thank you so much. Bloody Neville Bartos. He says, just caught up on the Man United versus LFC in Malaysia. What the fuck? Congrats on beating us, Scousers. Overwhelm us in attack in the box. Gang press us the other end, great tactics, but Fear Hag showed his cards early to Klopp. Hey, Chopper, thank you so much for the $20 super chat, man. Yeah, let's get some love hearts in there for Chopper as well, man. Much love to you, Chopper. And, yes, so, interesting. I mean, I personally am very happy with the fact we smashed up the Scousers 4-0, but I also wouldn't read too much into it. We did start with a strong side. Liverpool didn't. They did bring on their big guns in the second half, but by that time, they were already loads of goals down. But the style of football and the pressing and the tenacity and just everything, Martial and everything, it was very, very nice to see. So we did do well. But again, let's remember that when it comes down to the league and when it comes down to actual proper competitive football, well, it's going to be a different story in all honesty. Unless Ten Hag can really get a couple of good players in and really get us playing like this on a regular, consistent basis. He's had a dream start though in the tour, and that game against Liverpool was brilliant. Can't really ask for more. It was a 10 out of 10 debut game for him, in all fairness. Like the way he set the team up, the way he made 10 changes at halftime as well. And we just got the youth on in the second half. So we won the first half 3-0. And then he's just gone, right, everybody off, 10 changes. It's a preseason game. Doesn't matter that it's against Liverpool. It's a preseason game. Everybody's getting looked at. Everybody's getting game time. And it's just a friendly. And then all the kids came on and won the second half 1-0. So, Ten Hag did bits. He did very, very well in his first game. And it was excellent to see. But it is just preseason, though. I will reiterate that. We have to realise that let's see how we get down to action in the actual Premier League. Because we don't want to be preseason heroes and actual Premier League melters, do we? We want to keep it up. We want to keep it going. But you don't want to lose these games. You want to win these games. We won these games. Ten Hag's done what he's had to do, and he's done very, very well in those few games that we've had so far. Can't fault him, really. So, yeah, other than the fact that he's sticking Captain Gasho out there, Harry Maguire, every single week. But other than that, Can't really fault him. Chopper, thank you so much for that one, boss. Appreciate that. Nice. Okay, we're nearly at 150 likes, guys. Keep dropping the old like button. We're going to have a Q&A in a little minute as well. I just want to talk about this Antony stuff very quickly. So, Antony latest, there you go. Also, we got some information here from Transfers MUFC. Shout out to Rushmano's Twitter page here. It's via Fabrizio Romano and Give Me Sport, but Antony's agents would be happy for him to make his move this summer. They want Ajax to have a negotiation with Man United. But at the moment, still nothing imminent. Ajax now need to sign some players, and Manchester United need to clarify Cristiano's situation. So, yeah, that does have to be sorted out, really. Ronaldo is still, will he, won't he? Is he going to go? Is there any interest from any clubs at all? I mean, it doesn't look like there's necessarily that many clubs out there who can realistically take him. There's only a handful of players that could afford him or that he would actually want to go to based on what they can offer him right now in terms of like competitions and everything. So I don't think he's going anywhere, guys. I think Ronaldo stays. Get in there, my son. I do think Ronaldo stays, and I think we need to personally strengthen elsewhere in the team. I'd go and get Tielemans and De Jong. Go and get Tielemans now, and if we can get De Jong, brilliant. Antony is a great player for the future, I think, but can we really use all of that budget? Ajax are looking for a lot of money for him. So I would rather we just keep the wingers we got and strengthen elsewhere, but it's a lot of money. If he was cheaper, then yeah. But we need a overall overhaul of this team. Antony's a softer version of Nani, says Chris Barker. Well, Nani was the tits, mate, for Man United, in all fairness. He was bloody awesome. I would take another Nani at Man United in a heartbeat. I'd take the current Nani at Man United in a heartbeat, in all fairness. I'd take fucking 35-year-old Nani playing for Melbourne FC in Man United's team right now, in all fairness. He's probably still decent. Anyway, Bruno has been quite quiet in pre-season, says Chris Chatfield. Yeah, that was a disappointing game from him in the last one. Martial back up for Ronaldo, right? I guess so, Batman Knight fan. And I think Martial will be playing back up for the wide positions as well. But certainly, yeah, back up for Ronaldo. He's had a really great pre-season. He's the one player who's shone the most, actually. Fair play to Tony. He was impeccable in that last game as well. So, you look pale, says James Smith. I'm not feeling too good, actually, mate. Mate, I might have to do a COVID test after this video. Shit. Honestly, yeah, now you mention it, somebody said, you might have COVID, and I've got a bit of a sore throat, and I feel a bit gash, mate, so I'm going to do it in a minute, thank you. Okay, so, yeah, right, also, so Antony, there you go, guys. Antony, at the moment, still nothing imminent. It's not necessarily any real basis that we're going to have a bid coming straight away, but it's expected that Manchester United could go in for another conversation, try and gauge Ajax's sort of interest in selling him, as in how much they would sell him for. If they really would take 80 for him, we might have to, move on to somebody else, because that is a bit too much money to pay for this guy. They're looking at other players, so Ajax, check this out. Ajax are preparing paperwork for Brian Brobby. This is from Fab over just over an hour ago. Brian Brobby deal to be completed with RB Leipzig, around 17 million euros fee plus add-ons. Brobby will sign until June 2027. Man United never submitted any bid, so we were reported to be interested in this guy. But I think they were a bit annoyed about us maybe going in for that Brobby when we were doing business with Martinez, etc. with them. So yeah, maybe we just allowed them to go and get Brobby, and he'll develop there for a couple of years. Maybe we'll buy him then. But certainly in regards to them replacing, getting other players, it does look like they're trying to do some stuff. Nick Y, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button, my friend. Thank you so much, Nick. If you guys are new, drop the subscribe, get the like on the video, and have your say in the chat. Right, okay, so Ajax preparing paperworks, and so they're looking at other options up there to get some goals. Just an interesting one. Just quickly then, before we get into the live chat, also Nottingham Forest have made an important proposal for Jesse Lingard, but West Ham are still in the race with a proposal on the table. There's also some reported interest from the MLS. Tottenham are not even interested. So I know he's no longer a United player, but there is just a bit of news about Jesse potentially going to Notts Forest or even West Ham there. Probably West Ham. Right, let's get into the live chat, everybody. So Antony to United is a big possibility. There are rumblings that United will look to go in for him again before the end of the summer window. But we're still working on De Jong. The De Jong deal's just stalled, and it's just absolutely ridiculous now. We know the situation is that Barca owe him cash, and of course he wants his cash. But he also is reported to want to be staying, which has been the case for a while now, but still, it's just being reiterated. Is it just taking a professional stance until the transfer's done, or is this legitimate? Who knows? But we need to look at getting somebody else to midfield for now. Because if this does fall down, then we're going to be left short, aren't we? We're going to be scratching around with not very much time. Batman Night Fan says, I think people forget we signed Malacia, Martinez and Ericsson. I don't know, Batman Night Fan. I mean, what, are you trying to suggest like that's a good window? I mean, that's not a good window, bud. I'm sorry to say, it's okay. I mean, Malacia is a really good sign. I think he's going to be a great player for us, actually. And he was not a lot of money. Ericsson was a free transfer. The guy literally had a cardiac a couple of years ago. You know, like it's not like he's just been playing for Brentford. Like it's not like I think he's coming into play a squad. I really rate him, by the way, and he's an awesome player. But he's a free transfer signing who's probably going to play backup. So we got two backups essentially: Malacia for Luke Shaw and Ericsson for Bruno. Potentially, anyway, they could force their way in, which would be great. But and then also we've got Martinez, which is a very, very good sign, and I think good for the fact that he's versatile and hopefully to dislodge the slab at the back. But let's not pretend like this is actually a good transfer window. They've only spent a net of 55 million so far, guys. Euros. That's all they've spent. We finished sixth, for fuck's sake, guys. This is not a good transfer window, sorry to say. It will be if we get De Jong and maybe like one other player, but it's not at the moment. It's not at the moment. Hey, Gungshi, thank you. How you doing today there, Don Gungshi Leone, my son? He says, just noticed you're up to 60.6k subscribers. Get in there, my son. Oh, Don Gungshi, thank you so much for that. Yes, we've got 60.6k subscribers now. Let's get a little suey in the live chat and a hashtag 60.6 on our way to 61k. Thank you for that, Gungshi. Yeah, if you're new, drop a little subscribe and help us get there. Gungshi, you're a star, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, you absolute generous legend. Rushmano says we need a top DM striker and a right back, really, says Rushmano. Yeah, these are good shouts. I agree with you, really. Yeah, I think definitely a midfielder would be great. A striker, because let's face it, Ronaldo, we don't know what's going on there, and even if he is staying, well, next year we're going to definitely need a striker. I guess it's not the most needed now if Ronaldo stays, but still would be nice. Right back, I think, is a problem area for us. Dallo got a good assist the other day, but you know, defensively woeful sometimes. Can he be coached into being a top player? Let's see. Ashley Deleuze is a cornerstone reports De Jong prefers a move to Chelsea or Bayern. Oh shit, yeah, sorry guys, I haven't even talked about that, have I? God on my, there's me with my brain. Guys, that's like one of the biggest stories of the day. I mean, it's probably bollocks. That's probably why I've not talked about it, in all fairness, but that was one of the biggest stories of the day, guys, and I've only just started. Thank you for reminding me, bud. Dude. Chelsea have been interested in Frenkie de Jong. This is from Fab, anyway. Chelsea reportedly interested. Maybe there's some reports they'll be making a bid soon. I reckon it's bollocks, to be honest. But Chelsea have been interested in Frenkie de Jong for weeks, but they know Man United have an agreement with Barcelona, and that Frenkie, as of today, has no plans to leave Spain. They will not submit offers until they know he has different ideas. So, yeah, I think it's bollocks, to be honest, guys. But there you go. It's just, yeah, Barca propaganda, says A-Bub. Exactly. I think it's just an absolute nonsense. Nice one. Thank you, Fergie, son. Appreciate that, bud. So I think that's absolute nonsense. But there you go. Right, let's get into the live chat, folks, and see what you legends have got to say for yourselves. I'm going to just stick around for a few minutes, then I'm going to get off and do a COVID test. But we're nearly at 150 likes. Keep dropping that thumbs up button on the stream if you haven't done so. Drop a cheeky little like and all that jazz. It is a mate. Romano said something in a stream. Says, yeah, but this is a quote from Rush. This is a quote from Romano here via court offside. Well, not a quote, but this is from United District, which is, you know, ad-libbing what he's reported, which is Chelsea have been interested in Frenkie de Jong for weeks, but they know Man United have an agreement with Barca and that Frenkie, as of today, has no plans to leave Spain. They will not submit offers until they know he has different ideas. So at the moment, you know, there's no bid or anything. I mean, it's possible that they could try and hijack the deal, but it would. I don't think that he would go to Chelsea over Manchester United, to be fair. I could be wrong. I mean, they do have Champions League football. They do have Tuchel there. But Ten Hag, I mean, he doesn't want to leave Barca. If he does want to leave, but if he does end up having to leave Barca, I think he'd want to go and play for Ten Hag personally. But I mean, I know that Champions League football is a big factor. But I don't think Chelsea will get him, to be honest. I just don't think so. Do the COVID test live. Fingers crossed, Mr. B. I'm not going to do that live, Cootie. I've got to stick something up my nose, pal. Thank you, Jim Watkins says, I pray you get well soon, Pig. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm a little bit concerned how you guys mentioned that, just because like they have come over on a plane, etc. Do you know what I mean? Bus Places Pig, you're wrong on that. De Jong clearly said he wants Champions League some weeks back. Chelsea has money. It isn't unrealistic. He did say that Champions League football is important to him, yes, but it's not the most important thing must play. There's other factors, i.e., what role you're going to have in the squad, who's your coach you're going to go play for, what's the style of the football team. It's not the only factor. It's definitely a factor. Must play, definitely a factor. Champions League football will be a factor. But would you go and play for Kettering Town just because they had Champions League football, or would you play for Man United and they got Ten Hag there and next year they'll be in the Champions League? Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying Chelsea are Kettering Town here, but all I'm saying is there's other factors that make up a decision. It's not just, as clear cut as he'll go to the Champions League team. Not at all. Plus, money comes into it as well. Maybe we would want him more. Maybe we would be prepared to pay him more. Money is a big factor. Let's not pretend like it's not. Maybe they'd be prepared to pay, but I mean, we've got a big load of wages that have just been freed up from 6 players leaving in the summer, and we need to pay somebody some money, don't we? Thank you, Sunil Power. I appreciate that, my man. Nice one, Must Places. Love the comparison to Kettering Town. At least you can't give us the vid if you got it. The show must go on, lad. Thank you, Scarboy. Yes, it will go on. Where is us, Brain Pig? I don't know, Jim Watkins. As a team, as a recruitment team, etc. It's just not a very good window so far, is it? 100k a week salary cut is more important than the UCL, says Liam. He was playing Europa last season with Barca, says Josh Lee. Hey, there you go, my son. And now he's playing centre-back in pre-season. Jonathan Gallagher, what's going on, man? He says Marcio was inconsistent. So true. No truer words have been said. Can he get the consistency into his game? Can he get the quality into his game? Only time will tell. Hey, Vincent Bullock, thank you so much. Says we've got 150 likes. Get in there, you bloody legend. Thank you so much, everyone, for hitting the thumbs up button. You're a bunch of legends. When is No Bones leaving? Bloody hell, Agrippa Chinhara. He's like a turd that won't flush Phil Jones. How are you going to get rid of him? Koundé to Chelsea, nearly done. Let's go, says Wazza87. Also, Zinchenko to Arsenal's done as well, isn't it? Rushy says, my sister's visiting from France in August, getting her to do a test before she visits my parents. Good shout, Rushy. Definitely, yeah. Good shout. We should have had them tested when they came through the door, mate. To be fair, my brother said we could do a COVID test, but is it going to change anything about the time that we're here? As in, are we just going to isolate and not see each other? I mean, that was basically, which everybody's vaccinated and shite like that around here. So anyway, right, guys, thank you for tuning into the show. I'm going to have to wrap this one up, guys, because I've got to get on the old test. But thank you, everyone, for tuning into this video. You're a bunch of legends. If I've not responded to your comments, sorry, I'll try to read out a bunch of comments throughout the show. And also come back after it's finished, though, and get your thoughts and opinions in the not live comments, and I'll respond to those when I can later. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will keep you up to date with all the latest goings on, transfer news and Manchester United news throughout the window. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon and all that jazz. Thank you for tuning in and all that. You can follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok and Twitch. The website is unitedflyinghigh.com if you want to read the news. Thank you, Gung. She says, hope it's a negative test. It probably will be, won't it, mate? I've probably just got a bit of man flu or something, bit of melter flu or something, Liam H, thank you, says get well soon. Thank you, Superstar Gungshi, Mark Nurse, Wiggy as well. Thank you, bud. Scarboy. Mate, not being funny. My arms ache to shit. Not like I remember this. 2 days ago, I did bicep curls for the first time in ages. That's what that'll be. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, everyone. I'm okay. Pedro Sanchez, playlist account, Rushmano, you're a legend, man. United Till I Die, Scarboy, Wiggy, Mark, Elliot Manduna, Kate Cadet, Swabs Up Your Conk. Oh, I know, Kate Cadet's horrible, isn't it? Fire Up, Alex Walker, Mark Nurse, Keshav Chandang Singh, Swine Flu, yeah, true. A-Bub, Vincent Bullock as well. You would like a green and gold coat to wear to the show. Anti-Glazer's on here instead of green coat, laugh out loud. Mate, good shout, yeah, let's get a green and gold, yeah, good shout there, Vincent Bullock, lad. Get those green and gold emojis in. Scarboy, Mark Nurse, Cootie, Fire Up, Simon, Mark Angus, and everybody else as well. Thank you for watching from New Zealand, bro, and everybody else. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. I'll be back later with more news as and when there is some. Catch you on the next one. Thank you so much, every single one of you Bacon Brigade legends. Let's get some Bacon Brigade emojis to end on as well. One of the greatest communities in all the land. That's the news for the day, guys. Not that much news. The De Jong situation's gash. Maybe we'll go in for Antony. Maybe Chelsea have an interest and might go in for De Jong. You know, it's not a good news day, folks. It's not a good news day. However, reports that Lisandro Martinez, has arrived at Carrington. Get in there, it's a positive, but it's not enough. 55 million euros net spend, it's not enough. We've got to do more. Sort your bloody lives out, Manchester United recruitment team. Otherwise, we're going to be an absolute shell of ourselves again next season. And Ten Hag's got us playing good stuff in pre-season, but he's got a big ask to get that current squad of players to improve much upon the position of where we finished last season when all these other clubs are making strides and improving as well. Remember that. Glazers out. Sort your bloody lives out. Let's sign some players. Come on, United. Thank you, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay classy. And remember, when the seagulls follows the troller, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. See.